Good morning, everybody. It's Redwood. I hope you're having a wonderful day and a wonderful October so far. Welcome to witching time. It is the season of the witch. Kind of just an update on me and my path. So I'm going to say either bring your tea and your coffee and we will start talking about some of the things that I've been doing, some of the things that I'm working on, and some of the, doggos. some of the big leaps forward that I have made in the last few weeks. I know you guys got an update, I think it was last week, about what was new and how I decided to tell my partner that I am a practicing witch. And although it didn't go terribly, it didn't go awesome either. So we're just kind of still in that weird, awkward, neutral phase. But I am being more vocal about my craft and who I am. I spent a long time fighting myself and refusing to admit to myself that I was indeed a witch. And it was very, very unhealthy for me. So now that I've found a place where I'm comfortable with myself, and as I'm working with craft and growing and changing in my path, my confidence is like through the roof, you guys. I'm not big-headed or anything like that, but when somebody asks me a question, I'm able to just like tell them the way it is. And for the longest time, I've always been the person that was super, super aware of how my words and my actions affected other people. And I always took that into consideration, and I never spoke my mind because I was so scared of upsetting the people around me. I am growing and I am becoming more confident in myself and in my own skin, and I don't feel like I need these things to complete me. And I'm kind of at the point where it's either you can accept me as I am or you can walk away with just about everybody in my life. I'm not out on my personal private page with all of my family and stuff on Facebook posting pagan stuff yet being keyword there. I'm sure it'll happen eventually. However, I am being very much so open about what I believe. I have told a handful of friends, a lot of which I found out have like-minded opinions or are kind of in a similar place in their lives. I also found out in the last few weeks that I have a lot more pagan and witch friends than I ever knew, because all of us were refusing to talk about it, especially to each other. And so I've started to notice things on people's pages that are kind of like borderline. And so I'll send a message and be like, hey, so is this something that you're like into? Is this something that you actually believe, you know? And they'll tell me, and I'll tell them I'm on the same path or on a similar path. And it's been really, really cool. One of those happened to be my oldest brother, of all people. He posted something on his Facebook. It was a book that he's starting to read. It's a Wiccan book, and it's all about like the basics of Wicca and different things like that. And so I sent him a message and was like, hey dude, like if you're looking into Wicca, I never have been on the Wiccan path. I am not a Wiccan, nor do I ever see myself being Wiccan. I am very much so an eclectic, and I don't at all work with any kind of deity or any kind of I guess greater power than the universe as of right now. I'm not saying it's not an option, but I'm not a religious person, and I don't think that Wicca will ever be the path that I decide to take. Like I said, everything's subject to change. Everything kind of happens when it's supposed to and everything like that, but that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not following any very, very strict religions. I'm just kind of piecing what I love and what I don't like together and kind of building a map of the path of Redwood. And it's been really, really interesting. But he was looking into Wicca, and he's been reading this book about Wicca, and he posted about it on Facebook. And I was able to message him and be like, hey, like, I am kind of in the same boat, like a similar boat as you, I guess I should say. And that led into a really, really good conversation between me and him. And I said, you know, if you ever wanted to have a question answered, I have 3 people that either are currently practicing Wicca or have been and started on the Wiccan path and could probably answer questions that you may have. So if you have a question, just kind of let me know. And that was really cool. It was kind of funny because I remember a while ago, he came over to my house and we were spending the weekend together, and we were sitting out. I have a hot tub, and we were sitting out in the hot tub and we were drinking and just kind of talking and bullshitting about beliefs and everything under the sun. And he had mentioned, he said, you know, I've noticed your Mjolnir, my ring that I wear constantly around my neck. It was actually a gift from my very best friend in the whole wide world. And so I wear it constantly. I never take it off. It means the world to me. And if I do take it off, it's hanging from my rear view mirror as a protection for me and my car because I am so scared of driving. And so it was one of those really, really cool things that he noticed it. He's like, hey, so I noticed that you wear that. Like, are you a closet pagan? Ha ha ha. And he was kind of joking about it. And I thought to myself, I was like, holy crap, like, dude, if you only knew. And I was kind of like, yeah, like, oh, that's so funny, you know, because we were both like awkwardly trying to like hint at like, do you actually believe this thing that I too believe, but we're both too scared to say it because we don't know how the other one's going to react, because we were raised in a very, I don't want to say strict family, but we were raised within the LDS church. And one of the things you don't do is look for different religions and different outlets spiritually. That is something that they take very seriously, and something that my family takes very seriously. You go to church on Sundays, you go to the youth activities on Wednesdays, and you don't really question, you don't really pretend like you don't believe it. And if you do leave, there's a handful of my family members that have left. The last thing they tell you is like, oh, well, you know the truth, you're gonna be back. And it's like, okay, I mean, I guess. And so that was one of those things that was really kind of funny, because I kind of was thinking about it. I was like, dude, like, if you only knew. And he was thinking to himself, haha, I'm hinting at this because I'm hoping that maybe you say yes and we can talk about it, because I'm kind of at a weird place spiritually and I don't know where I'm going. But neither of us really wanted to cross that line yet. And so that was kind of ironic, and we ended up talking and having a really good conversation about it, and we're kind of bouncing ideas off of each other now, and it's kind of fun to find out that you've got a very similar path to another person in your family because of the way that we were raised. I always thought I was going to be the only one and I was going to be the odd man out, and now there's two of us, 2 out of 6. That's pretty good numbers. We're a third. So that happened. Another person that I decided to tell from my family was my younger sister. She's basically like my mini-me is the best way to put it. People, when I don't have red hair, when I'm back at my natural color and I'm blonde, a lot of people say that we could be twins. We look very, very similar, and we have very similar personalities. She is more or less very set in the religion that we were raised in. She's very happy there. She's always taken better to it. She's a pretty firm believer in her faith. And I support her 110% in that decision. I'm the kind of person that the church can be very, very good for certain people, and it can be really damaging for others. So that was kind of cool. She took it very, very well. I'm actually going to be making her an anti-anxiety charm bag because she struggles with that. And we had a really good discussion. She opened up to me a lot about different things that she had been going through over the last few years that she didn't want anybody to know and she was too scared to talk about. And I talked to her obviously about my path into witchcraft and what I was working on and what I was practicing, and I showed her my sacred space. I'm very happy for her. I'm very grateful that she's on the path that she is. Like I said, everybody has their own path, and some people's path goes through a church and through a Christian religion, and others don't. So she took it very, very well. I know the rest of my family's probably not going to take it as well. So I'm kind of keeping that very much so on the down low. And I don't know if I'd ever really tell anybody. I may slip up. I do slip up. I've not just because of beliefs and everything like that. I have a lot of friends that say by the gods instead of oh my god. And I also play a lot of Skyrim. And so they're always like, oh, by the gods. And so I've actually slipped up and said that in front of my mother a few times, and she just kind of looks at me like, I'm sure she's starting to catch on faster than I'd like to admit. My mom has that sixth mom sense that's very intuitive. But anyways, so kind of funny stuff there. I have made a ton of progress in my craft and in my confidence, and it's boosting. I'm getting to the point where I'm comfortable telling people that I am a witch, which I didn't think was going to happen for like a year or so of practicing like every single day kind of thing, just because I'm like, oh, well, I'm such a baby, can I even call myself a real witch yet? But it's not how long you've been on the path, it's you accepting that you are a witch and being comfortable with that. And you know, once you reach the point where you're just like, yeah, I'm a witch, there's nothing wrong with saying that. I mean, you can be saying that from day one. For me, it took about a month and a half before I was like, you know what, no, like, I am a witch. I practice this every day. This is the life that I lead. This is who I am. There's nothing wrong with that. So I did that, and I am very, very happy with my progress. My teacher is very excited about my progress. We spent the whole day yesterday doing witchy stuff at her house with her 3 daughters, and it was so fun. They are so cute. Oh my gosh, I can't even begin to describe to you guys how adorable these 3 children are. And anyways, we had so much fun. We took, with the permission of my willow tree in the backyard, she needed to be cleaned up a little bit. Oh, that was quite the sneeze. She gave me permission to take a handful of her branches and use them to make wreaths for me and the girls. So we went down there and we all wrapped our own wreath. I ended up making one that had a pentacle on it, and I actually sacrificed it and used it as an offering back to the tree as a thank you for letting us use her branches. And I feel like the relationship that we have could be growing and strengthening over the course of the next few weeks, which is amazing because Willow is very, very in tune spiritually. And my particular Willow, she's old. She's been around for a very long time, and I know she's got a lot of energy, and I would like to learn how to connect with her and really, really kind of become a friend in a couple ways. So I'm learning to recognize her energy and her spirit, and I'm hoping that we're going to start fixing some of the things. I didn't know that you were supposed to ask permission before chopping down branches, and so the last few years I've just kind of gone in and chopped down branches as a way of quote-unquote grooming her and pruning her, and I never took into consideration like her feelings. Granted, I didn't know, but it's been something that we've been trying to work through in that sense, because she was not happy with me. So the first couple times that I went and asked her, like, hey, can I borrow some branches? It was very much so a no, a very big no. I'm mad at you kind of feeling. And yesterday it was kind of like a mutual, well, I mean, I guess. And then after my thank you, I felt a very big, I don't want to say sense of relief, but I feel like we're starting to overcome some of those things, and she's going to forgive me in the next little bit. So that was big progress with my tree, which is nice. And anyways, we went down there, we made beautiful little wreaths for the girls, and they decorated them with fall leaves, because you can't go wrong with decorating a wreath with fall leaves. They're all hanging up to dry right now, and hopefully they will kind of stay pristine and pretty, and then the girls are going to hang them on their bedroom doors. So that was super, super fun. We also did tiny tarot well, they wanted to do tarot readings. We don't have an open deck yet. We pulled out the Viking Oracle. It's a beautiful deck. I bought it for my teacher a little while ago, and she's kind of used it as her open book, or her open deck that the girls can play with and learn tarot and learn oracle with. So we sat down and each one of us gave each other readings, and the youngest, her name is oh gosh, I can't even remember. There's 3 girls running around. It's so hard to remember names, but the youngest, she's the cutest little sweetest thing in the world, and she did an oracle reading for me that was very, very spot on. She's like 5, so I mean, I wasn't really expecting anything out of it per se, and it was very on point. She did not know that it was, but her ability to pull cards that relate to people is definitely apparent to me, and I think that heading into the next little bit, it's going to be really cool to watch her grow, because they are starting out and learning from such a young age. I think it's going to be really cool to watch them. But I wanted to do like a coffee tea time and tell you guys where I'm at and kind of what's been happening in the last few weeks and kind of where I've been, where I'm going. It's been a really cool week this week, and I love being able to come on here and give you guys updates. I'm super proud of myself. And I was always told from a young age that pride is bad. However, I am starting to think that pride is good, because I have never felt so confident within myself and so beautiful on the inside and the outside. And I'm so at peace with who I am and where I've come from and what's led me to this point. And like I said, for the first time ever, I'm starting to open up to people who I didn't think I'd ever open up to. And I'm starting to talk to people that I didn't think that I would. And I'm starting to really accept the fact that I am happy in my own skin and I am a witch, and that's okay. So this has kind of been an update for the last week. Hopefully it was entertaining to you guys. So if you're not already subscribed to this channel, but you like listening to me ramble about nothing, you can go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. If you really like this video, like knowing where my path is going and what's new, go ahead and give me a like button. And then if it's something that you guys don't want me to do as much, or if you guys want me to keep it shorter or whatever, leave me a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. If you're not already following my Instagram, go ahead and click the link down below. I'm going to link my page down below, and then you guys can go and like my Instagram. Name's the same name as here. It is Redwood Rain. And I'd love to see you guys over there. I don't spend a ton of time on Instagram, but if you ever needed to message me directly, have questions for me, anything like that, it would probably be done through Instagram. I may or may not start a Facebook page. I haven't really decided yet, but as of right now, that's kind of where I'm at. And then if you guys, like I said, you have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and comment down below. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope it's been a really good first week of October so far. It's Sunday today, so it's officially pretty much a week in right now. So I hope you guys are having so much fun. I hope you're getting ready for spooky season. You're getting ready. I know the veil is thinning. For the first year ever, I'm starting to like really recognize it. The energies around me are getting almost a little overwhelming. So that's kind of crazy and kind of cool. I'm excited to kind of see what happens this year on Halloween and on the Night of Samhain. So we'll kind of see. But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you again for coming in and saying hi, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.